How'd it feel today? No sky.
Wow.
Weird, right?
It was really, really weird.
Yeah, a little weird, a little uncomfortable. Sky's always here, so it's odd. When any of us aren't here, it's kind of weird.
Nice.
Although yesterday was kind of pleasant, right, Thor?
Oh,
Pleasant.
I had multiple people go, what a great show.
Really?
Multiple.
What a great show.
Show of the year.
Multiple people.
Multiple.
Show of the year.
Just stay
Great
home from
show.
now on,
I don't
huh?
know what was different about it, but it was so good.
Okay.
You guys were really on yesterday.
Fine.
It's true. We had a great show
So
yesterday.
you guys don't want me to come back, huh?
No, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
Jeez.
that.
So sensitive.
I just heard a lot
Is
of
that part of the
positive
coronavirus? Well, you had it.
Emily
You
had
had
it.
it.
I might still have it.
No, you don't have anything.
You don't know. I didn't take the test.
Lack of brain power is what you have. Yeah, Sky not here today. She had a minor procedure
Great timing.
done today on Friday the 13th.
In the middle
and
of the
in the middle of a crisis, a pandemic. She decides she's going to get a surgery.
Oh, my God.
Impressive.
Fucking think about that.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but that's so Sky.
So Sky.
You know, and so hopefully Sky will be back on Monday. We'll talk to her about her experience at the hospital. That shit.
Sure, it was something else.
I can't even imagine. Well, yeah, well, let's get into all that right now.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
No Corona in here, man. I'm drinking up some Ballast Point right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, Emily and I are still drinking.
Yeah.
Listen, no fucking kegs and eggs,
No.
which pisses me off.
So bad.
So I'm gonna drink every day until.
Are we just going to drink on the show now?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
That'll be a new thing.
Perfect.
Yeah, Sky. I can't even imagine Sky, like
Well,
talking to the nurses and things like that. She's the most weird, small talker, uncomfortable human being on the planet.
and she thinks she knows everything.
Yeah.
So, and she thinks that medical system's out to get her.
Yeah.
And
very much
so
so.
just, everybody that's got a surgery, right before surgery, they prep you. So Sky on the gurney with her little tiny head in the gown.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how she sits up straight and asks a question? She'll go, question. And then she gets all serious.
Do I really need that IV? Well,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. I mean,
and then she'll go, because I read. You know how she does that? Because I read.
Ooh, I don't know.
And she really doesn't like any uncomfortable silence at all. So
Not
like
at
they'll
all.
be doing what you guys are saying. They'll be fixing
Prepping,
tubes and
yeah,
just putting
yeah.
tape in places and all this stuff. She's gonna be
So
making
how
the
long
most
have you been a nurse?
Yeah.
totally exactly
And
just
what?
awkward small talk. Like what?
No, 5 years?
Those are nice
Or she'll
scrubs.
make a terrible joke. Like, where are you sticking that?
Oh,
You know what I
God.
mean?
Yeah.
That's exactly what she's going to
You
do.
want to know something really crazy
What?
about Sky's situation? She Ubered to the hospital
course.
this morning.
Are you serious?
Isn't
Why
that
didn't her
wi-
husband
isn't
the
that wi-
boot take her?
Well, you would imagine.
Yeah.
But because he's on Loveland duty and
Oh,
has to take
Loveland
Loveland
duty.
to school,
Loveland duty.
she said, "You know what? I'll just Uber it." I go, "You're gonna Uber home too?" Like that's insane.
So crazy.
Yeah, because she's gonna be in and out today. But I don't understand like why she didn't get her mom to come or
Yeah.
somebody. You want somebody at the hospital with you, right? When
What-
you're getting
yeah.
ready to
Oh.
have a surgery or something.
Absolutely, yeah.
You ever notice with her, too, when you suggest something like that, she doesn't give you an answer when she doesn't
Oh,
want to do it?
dude.
Rather than saying yes or no, she goes,
Yeah, we'll see.
and then just stops talking about it.
Yeah,
That's
because
so true.
I said that to her yesterday. I go, you're gonna Uber to the hospital?
Yep.
I go, you don't want the boo to take you? Well, of course I do, but he's got to take a look. Somebody's got to take my daughter to school.
okay.
I go, yeah, but Sky, you don't have anybody else that could take her to school?
And then she does this.
well,
Yeah. I mean, one of those mom
That's
friends
it. And then
that she
that's it.
drinks wine with.
Right.
She's got lots of them in La Jolla.
well, she knows a lot of people there
she
now.
knows a lot of
so
friends.
you
It's
think-
crazy to me that she can't have her living maid Consuela.
I don't
any
think
of-
she allows her to drive.
Oh, it's true. Any of the help that worked for her, they all can't. None of them can do it.
I don't know.
She doesn't trust any of them.
Yeah, so Sky was out with this procedure today, but it got me thinking about surgeries and how fucked up they are
Yeah.
and how crazy they are. 'Cause I've had a couple of surgeries in my day.
Oh, yeah.
I had a major surgery on my abdomen. I had,
yeah.
I had not coronavirus. I had
You
Now
had it
that's all you can
before
think
it was
about
big.
it.
Eddie had it before it was big.
they cut it out of me.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
It started with you.
I had diverticulitis.
That's what it was.
And so they had to remove part of my business in here, my
God.
stuff.
That's wild.
It is crazy. It was really fucked up. because I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I was really sick. They misdiagnosed me. I almost died.
Whoa.
And so I had to have surgery. And when they finally figured it out, and so I same kind of thing. I go in, they're prepping you and the whole thing, and the way that they were putting me out and we're gonna medicate me with pain meds is through the whatchamacallit. What do you know?
An epidural.
Epidural
With the spine.
with the epidural.
Yeah.
Which I thought was only for like pregnant chicks.
Yeah,
So
I didn't. I had no
Am I
clue.
with child? Like, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
And they said, no, epidural. This is a way to, that we can medicate you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that's cool. And so my nurse was this giant, big, bearded, burly dude. I mean, he looked like he was straight from a biker gang, but he was my nurse. And he, tells me, all right, you're going to lean over here and they're going to put the epidural in your spine and, it won't hurt. You'll be fine, whatever.
Yeah, it's a risky thing to do, though, if you mess up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really want it, Thor, but
No.
I mean, they
If
did.
you mess up, man.
Well,
Pucked.
I lean over and he goes, put your arms on my shoulders, it'll be fine. And I'm like, really? Like, this is really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And so I'm back. I'm doing that. I leaned over, and they're taking a really long time.
Uh-oh.
And I'm kind of feeling like pokes and prods and stuff back there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is. And I sort of look at the big burly nurse, and his face is starting to look worried.
Uh-oh.
Big
See
burly
what I
guy.
mean?
And
Do you
I'm
see
like,
what I mean?
And I'm like, why? What is going on? Why is
That's not good.
Big John over here looking scared?
Big John.
And he goes, "Oh, don't worry, man. They'll figure this out." And I'm like,
What?
Huh?
Something
What the
you
fuck is
never
going-
want to fucking
What
hear.
the fuck is going on
Yeah.
back there? And so he's looking freaked out, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
And after and this is not I'm not trying to exaggerate at all. 20 minutes of them
God.
trying to put this epidural in, they finally say, "We can't get it. We're not doing it."
So
Were you
what
a
are they
bigger
just-
guy back then?
No, actually, I had
okay.
lost even more weight because I was sick.
Oh.
Oh.
So I was under 200 pounds for the
Okay.
first time in my life since I
Wow.
was like in high school.
My brother-in-law's an anesthesiologist, so when he tells me one of the biggest issues they have is with larger people, it's like when you do an epidural, it's like doing it blind because there's so much skin and fat to go
Yeah.
through. It's like the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, for some reason they couldn't get it
Oh, wow.
in me. And Thor's right. Like if you fuck up
Yeah, it's
back
bad.
there in the
Yeah.
spine, I could have been paralyzed
Oh,
or
yeah.
whoever knows
Yeah. For
whatever.
sure.
Else. But I'll never forget seeing this giant bearded burly dude look scared. And I'm like,
It's really bad.
fuck,
It's
man?
really, really bad.
what the fuck? Like it
Yeah.
was brutal, man.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, so that was not a pleasant experience. Thor, I know you've had a couple of surgeries, right? You had a surgery on your balls.
I had 2 nut surgeries.
What?
2 of them.
I had
What's wrong with
I had
your
my
nuts?
appendix out, I had my tonsils out.
You got a weird nut?
Well, he needed.
You've only got one
he
nut?
needed some
No, I
balls.
have 2 nuts.
You got 2 nuts.
Yeah, I have 2 nuts. I had a trigger finger.
I'm sorry.
My finger when I was a kid. This finger, you see, if you can see it, there's a scar right here on my thumb.
What does that mean?
My finger got stuck like this. It was just stuck up.
Like constantly thumbs up.
Constantly
serious?
thumbs up. Swear
You
to
just
God.
thought everything
to the
was great.
fucking
Walked
point.
around
To the
thumbs
fucking
up.
point. When one day,
What a positive guy.
I go, Dad, I can't put my finger down. It was out of the fucking blue. And he goes, what? And he goes, let me
Sticking
see.
it up your ass.
And he just tries to start shoving it down. And I go, you're hurting me. And he goes, oh, stop it. And he tries to shove it and he can't do it.
Oh, my God.
So we go to the doctor and it was called like trigger finger or something.
I've never
And
heard of this.
I had to get surgery on my finger because my finger was stuck.
What'd they do? Like cut the ligament
I was
or
like
something?
I was like 6 or 7 years old. So I guess they did something, but they used the
Yeah,
scars right
cut
there.
cut the ligament or something.
I guess, yeah.
That's wild.
So
Oh
I had
my God.
So you had
did that.
testicle replacement surgery.
no, that's
Testicle
not.
replacement?
No, I had a varicose seal in my left
Yeah,
testicle.
what is that?
It's a very
Yuck.
common thing.
Yuck.
I've never heard of that before.
I had one surgery, unsuccessful, so they had to do it again.
Ew.
Still unsuccessful, by the way. I want to sue the doctor that did it.
Why,
Fuck.
what's your symptoms? What's the problem?
Your left testicle swells and hurts.
How big does it get?
You got
It gets big.
elephantitis?
Not that
Like
big, but it
tennis
gets
ball?
big. No, a little smaller than that, but it gets big and it hurts, and you feel them sagging. It hurts, and it's only my left one.
Disturbing.
Gotta wear a jock strap sometimes. If guys who like walk around a lot
Huh?
have this issue, or it's from straining when you're working out or taking a dump or something.
Oh my God.
So I had that, but the worst one I had was my back surgery. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I've said the story before. I was paralyzed.
No. Hold on. If you're gonna tell the story, tell the story. Weren't you like playing video games or something?
Yeah,
in your basement?
I was playing Madden in the basement, and I was on AOL Instant Messenger, and somebody instant messaged me, and I stood up to see who it was, and my back felt like it was spasming for some reason, and it started to sting really bad, and then the pain was unbearable. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life till this day.
Who was home with you at the time?
My whole family.
Oh, okay.
And the funny thing is, during the day, I had really bad headaches and I wasn't feeling right, but I didn't think anything of it. We hit the kosher deli that day. It was phenomenal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then
Is that what did it?
I don't know.
Maybe.
The roast
The
beef.
sandwich is so big.
So I was in the basement. I go upstairs and I just collapse on the floor, screaming in pain.
Oh.
And then my parents are
we're
like, "What the fuck?"
This kid's overreacting.
Yeah.
There he goes
My
again.
sister-
So you got trigger back.
There he goes again, Victor.
My sister had just taken like massage classes, so she was trying to massage my back.
Come on.
What a
And
scene.
then I'm screaming in excruciating pain because what happened was veins erupted. I had a aneurysm pretty much in my back, so the blood was pushing down on my spine. So it was excruciating pain.
And she's pushing on it.
And she was pushing. And then my sister started to get sick from me screaming so much and started throwing up in the bathroom.
What?
That happened.
But I mean, you weren't.
Well, she makes it all by herself. That's what Corey always does. So
She's trying to help him.
yeah. So then
Why would you throw up though?
From
There's
screaming,
no
from loud
blood.
noises.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
she started to get dizzy. Who knows what's going on? with
What?
this shit. So then I don't remember a lot after that. I started passing in and out from the pain. And I remember
They called the ambulance.
they called an ambulance.
Really?
And the worst thing ever was when I was on the board,
the gurney.
the
gurney.
gurney. But no, they put you on that like
stretcher?
a stretcher. But it was so brutal because your back hurts so fucking bad. You just want to touch it and you can't. And then by the time we got to the hospital, I was paralyzed from the waist down. I couldn't feel anything. And then I didn't know.
So did they rush you into surgery?
No, they didn't know. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And then I think the emergency room doctor, he was the one that quick thought and was like, "Can you feel this? Can you feel this?" And he put his finger up my ass, and I couldn't
Stop
feel it.
it.
Yeah, I couldn't feel it.
Is that for real?
Yeah, and I couldn't feel it. And then he
And
said,
how bummed were you?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I
you
was
do like
16.
it. He does
You
like
love
it.
that.
16.
You love
Well,
that.
there was the
I don't-
beginning of it.
Yeah.
if you can't come, then yeah, sometimes I like a little bit of a tip in there, but not from an emergency room
doctor?
doctor, not from my girlfriend more than anything.
It's psychotic.
This is too much.
So they bring me back. They give me drugs. I wake up after an MRI, and the doctor leans over to me. This is the spinal surgeon now, and he's looking at me. And my dad's crying. I had never seen my dad cry before, and I was 16 years old.
Whoa.
And I go, "What's going on?" And he goes, "I go, am I gonna die?" And he says, laughs at me and says, "No." And he goes, "But you're probably never gonna walk again."
Whoa.
So then I look at him, I look at my dad, and I just start throwing up all the roast beef on rye that I had. Or corned beef on
dude,
rye.
what the?
Threw
You're
it up-
worse than Corey.
Threw it up all over myself. And he goes, "If you are able to walk again, it will be a miracle, and you'll have like a walker or a bad limp the rest of your
They
life."
told you that? I don't think that,
Yeah.
like back then they might have told you that, but like these days they don't tell a patient that. Like there's always physical therapy, hope, and all this other
Kind of
shit.
wild bedside manner.
Yeah, right?
Well,
So
You know,
like,
we're
you're
gonna
never
go
gonna
worst
walk again.
scenario.
It'll
of
take
all
a miracle.
time. Yeah.
Basically, what they said. They said the MRI was so bad, and my back was so full of blood, they couldn't even see my spine. So they just assumed. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm assuming they assumed it was crushed,
Yeah.
and that's why. And then we went to the.
But you didn't do anything.
I know it was just it was like
You
a
got
it
up
was
to
called
look
an
at
AVM.
AOL.
Yeah, but I was born with something that deformed the veins in my back.
No,
and
I
that's where
get.
it
I
exploded.
understand what it is.
Yeah, it just
but
happened.
How could your spine crush if you didn't do anything?
I don't
You know what I mean? So that's a stupid diagnosis.
Well, I mean, it was
What
because
kind
the
of
blood was
fucking idiot
pushing
doctor
down
is
on
this?
it.
Really
You know what I mean?
fucking
The blood
You know
was
what I mean?
pushing down.
Fucking idiot.
So this guy, Dr. Epstein, saved my life, saved my
true?
legs. I'm assuming, right? Most guys.
Nice.
And I came out of the surgery and I could move a toe on my left foot.
Oh,
So then you knew you weren't going to be paralyzed.
Well, they thought we'll see what happens, and then within a
Tap
few,
dancing, and
I was in
you're good.
ICU, and then I slowly but surely I
Did you
tried
have to
to
do
get feeling.
physical therapy and all that stuff?
A little bit. I had a catheter for like a few days, which was brutal. I couldn't pee for a few days.
Yeah.
The first time I jerked off was like a month later, and I shot the biggest load.
Oh,
dude, it
Ew,
went
gross.
over my shoulder.
Okay,
Not
I
a
don't-
joke.
I don't-
Not a joke.
nobody
didn't
asked.
ask.
We didn't ask about
I
that
didn't
part.
ask. That's a lot. But you're good.
But yeah, I mean, my nerves are all fucked up. Like I can't feel certain parts of my back. Like if you pinch me right here really bad, I can't
The
feel
nipple?
it. I think I told you I had that left nipple
It's
was
extra
super sensitive.
Yeah, that he likes when his
I like
girlfriend
when it
pinches
gets-
it,
You like a lot
Or
of
licks
weird
it.
shit, man.
licks it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a crazy surgery. Emily, have you had any surgeries?
Yeah, I've had a couple surgeries.
Wow.
Really?
It was all for the same thing.
What?
When I got my tits done.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
okay. I
Talk
wasn't really
about
thinking
this.
about it. I
I
totally
had
forgot about the
three
titties.
tit surgeries.
3?
Why
Three fucking
three?
tit surgeries.
I was only aware when you got them, you got your big titties.
Yeah.
How big were they?
They were
F's.
no, they were like they were big. They were
They're
like
massive.
double D's, like
Yeah.
they were huge,
And then the surgery to take them out.
round.
What's the other
So
one?
I had the first surgery to get them done.
Yeah.
Then one of them ruptured
Typical Emily.
What'd you do?
because I remember when it happened. I had Chargers season tickets and I would go to every game with Fletcher.
Why didn't you ever say hi to me?
And I don't know. So I was
fuck?
wasted in the parking lot. And I was running from where we were tailgating into the game, and I fucking clipped my tit on a big lifted truck's fucking mirror and hit the floor.
Why is that so hysterical?
Oh my God. She
That's
must have.
horrible.
How much did you cry?
Oh my God, I was crying so hard.
wasted
But at
were
that,
you?
it wasn't like, obviously, it wasn't like hit it, pop like a balloon. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, like leaked.
Yeah, it's like, so like that night even, it was still kind of okay.
Yeah.
And then even like the next day, like, but it was like gradually, I remember
Did you
feeling
feel
over a week.
deflate?
Over a week, it was like a quarter, like
No.
it was like
Were you
this
freaking
and
the
this.
fuck out?
Like-
Could
like-
you
like
imagine how much she was freaking out?
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh my God.
So then I had surgery again. So surgery 2 then to
You
get
didn't go to like Mexico or something for this, right?
No, I was in La
Okay.
Jolla.
Okay. Just
had them redone the second time. All good. They ruptured somehow again, and that one wasn't from like an obvious incident. I
Getting
don't fucking
fucked too
know.
hard.
Yeah.
I did want
punching
them.
them
I did like
titties.
them grabbed really hard.
Oh no! What?
So maybe it was from that. And then the third surgery, so this is surgery number 3 to fix that second rupture.
Yeah.
They took them out, and when they were going in there to replace them again, this time they were going to put in silicone. Because at the time, it was so long ago, they weren't putting in silicone boobs. It was banned, but now it's better. So anyway, they were going to put the silicone ones in. When they went in for surgery, they found like that the pocket was not looking good. It was infected and red. And
How many
so
titties surgeries can you have?
exactly.
before you
And
know?
so they took them out without me knowing. And so I remember, I'll never fucking forget laying on the table when you start coming to, waking up and sitting up. And the first thing I do is grab my chest.
And they weren't there.
They weren't there. And it felt fucking concaved. Like it wasn't, but because you're used to them being so big,
Yeah.
it felt fucking crazy.
What did you think?
I didn't know what was going on, and then the doctor
Did you
came in
start
and informed
crying?
me. I started fucking bawling, crying. It was
I can't
crazy.
have my titties.
I want my
You got great
titties!
cans though, right now.
Yeah, I know. They ended up bouncing
Well,
back. I don't
she's
know how.
always had big tits.
So why
that's
did you
why
get
I
a tit
don't-
job?
She wanted bigger ones.
I wanted big boobs, and I wanted to not have to wear a bra ever.
Did you not wear bras when
No,
you?
no,
Oh,
rarely.
really?
Mhm.
Well, easy access.
Like, because they always look round and perky and perfect.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, if I were to have a kid and we get married one day, she says that she's on the fence about kids, but she says if she ever has a kid, she has to get a tit job after the kid. It's not even a
lot
question.
of women say that. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're like, yeah.
And then it never ends up happening.
God, way to bring my hopes down,
Oh,
guys.
shoot.
I mean, I was all for
No,
it.
you're gonna get fake titties.
Yeah, fake
You
titties.
get some fake titties.
Fake titties.
Wow. So the only surgeries you've had are tit surgeries?
Correct.
That's hysterical. And it didn't go so well.
And it did not go so well. No.
Oh man, we don't get those big fat titties anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with Sky. Hopefully, she has a better experience than the three of us
My
did.
God.
That was a nightmare.